In this section, we will talk about the law of cosines. So we used law of sines to solve case 1 and case 2 of our triangle combination. And law of cosines, as mentioned in that previous video, is for solving case 3 and case 4, where we have two sides and an included angle, or if we have three sides. So the law of cosines, there are three formulas for a triangle with sides A, B, and C and opposite angles angle A, angle B, angle C respectively. Formula 1, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of C. B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine of B. And the third one, A squared equals B squared plus C squared equals 2BC cosine of A. Alright, so the square of one side of a triangle equals the sum of the squares of the other two sides minus twice their product times the cosine of their included angle. Alright, let's take a look at an example. Solve the triangle when B equals 5, C equals 9, and A equals 44. So the missing side is A, so we're going to do A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2B times C cosine of A. So A squared is equal to 5 squared plus 9 squared minus 2 times 5 times 9 cosine of 44. And again, make sure your calculator is in degrees. And if you go ahead and type that into your calculator, the right side you'll get 41.2594, and then take the square root of both sides. And so we get A equals, and remember, plus or minus is irrelevant when we're doing measurements, so we just take the positive, and we get 6 points. I'll round it to 2 decimal places. So again, remember to read your directions on your homework on what to round to. I think a lot of times they say round to 2 decimal places, but just read those directions. All right, another example. So this would be, I have A, B, and C. I've got the three sides. So it doesn't really matter which one I use because I'm going to have to solve for a cosine of an angle. So this would be A squared plus A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine of A. So this would be 2 squared equals 10 squared plus 9 squared minus 2 times 10 times 9 cosine of A. So this is 4 times 181 minus 180 cosine of A. Subtract 181 and we get negative 177 equals negative 180 cosine of A. Divide by negative 180. And we get positive 0.9833 equals cosine of A. And then we would take the arc cosine of that. So A is equal to 10.497. Now in the last example I didn't solve all the pieces because you would just do similar work to find them. Now that we have a missing part, we can use law of sines and find the other the second angle, and then use our 180 minus to get the third angle. And I've shown that sufficiently, so I'm not going to show it again. All right, so we have a formula that helps us to find the area of a triangle if all we know is the length of the sides. So it's called Huron's formula for finding the area of a triangle. So area is equal to K, which is equal to the square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C, where S is 1/2 the sum of the three sides of the triangle, A plus B plus C. So find the area of a triangle with A equals 8, B equals 12, and C equals 6. So first we have to find S, and that would be A plus B plus C times 1/2. So that would be 8 plus 12 plus 6. So if you pop that in your calculator, you're going to get 13. And now find K. So this would be the square root of 13 times 13 minus 8 times 13 minus 12 times 13 minus 6. And that's going to give you the square root of 455, which is approximately 21.33. Alright, so now let's look at a couple of application problems utilizing what we know. So we have a golfer hits an errant tee shot that lands in the rough. A marker in the center of the fairway is 140 yards from the center of the green. While standing on the marker and facing the green, the golfer turns 125 degrees towards his ball. He paces off 35 yards to his ball. How far is the ball from the center of the green round to one decimal place? Okay, so we got a marker, and we've got the green, and we've got the ball. And this is going to form a triangle, and we know that this is 125 degrees, and he took 35 yards to get to his ball, and it gives us that the marker to the green is 140 yards, and they want us to find this side. Okay, so we'll use law of cosines. So b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2 times a times c cosine of b. So b squared is equal to 140 squared plus 35 squared minus 2 times 140 times 35 cosine of 125. So b squared is equal to 26,446.04908. So b is the square root of that, so that'd be 162.6 yards. Okay, another application problem. Suppose a certain baseball diamond is a square 86 feet on a side. Okay, so I'm going to it's a square, but I'm going to make it look like a baseball diamond. If I could draw. So this would be home plate, first, second, third. And it says the length of a side is 86. So that means all of these are going to be 86. The pitching rubber is located 59.5 feet from the home plate. So if we were to bisect this, the center right here would be 59.5. And the pitching rubber is located 59.5 feet from home plate on a line joining the home plate and second base. How far is it from the pitching rubber to first base? So to there. And we'll call this B. Now, because this is a square, a diagonal bisects this, and this is, some geometry. So if it's a square, that means that measure angle H is 90 degrees, so this is going to be 45. Okay, so we can say B squared is equal to 59.5 squared plus 86 squared minus 2 times 59.5 times 86 times cosine of 45. So that's going to be 3699.719,201. And the square root of that is going to be 60.8. Example 6. The dimensions of a triangular lot are 151 feet by 48 feet by 129 feet. If the price of such land is $3 per square foot, how much does this lot cost? Round to the nearest cent. Okay, so it's a triangular piece of land. It doesn't specify anything about the triangle. It just tells you the sides. So this is 151. This one is 48. And this one is 129. And area is that's Heron's formula. So we need to find S. So it's going to be 1/2 times 151 plus 48 plus 129. So S is 164. So the area is the square root of, so to remind you of that formula, it's S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. So for us, that would be the square root of 164 times 164 minus 151 times 164 minus 48 times 164 minus 129. So K is equal to 2,942.094492 square feet, and we have a price of $3 a square foot. So we're going to multiply by $3. So we get $8,826, and rounding to 2 pennies, or to the 2 decimal places, to the nearest cent, 28 cents.